So talk about some of your involvement. You said you were doing some stuff down in Dallas, and you're involved in some other initiatives.
I am. So I like to consider myself a veteran advocate now. So I've now, since working with the Travis Manion Foundation and being the national award winner, I really wanted to celebrate other veterans in the space, but also be advocate for them and be a leader in the veteran community. So one way that I've been able to do that is I was selected as a presidential scholar for the George W. Bush Center Veteran Leadership Program.
Awesome, man.
So out of a couple thousand veterans, 50 of us were selected all over the country. We have veteran mayors, we have military spouses, we have influential people in the private sector that are helping the military. And we all convene in Dallas every month for 3 days to work on veteran initiatives, veteran projects, and to learn from each other.
Right.
So the first trip will actually be next week, and I'm so excited to do that and to bring the resources from that program back here to the greater Philadelphia area to help regional veterans. That's just major.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. Let me shake your hand, man, dude. You do so much, man. You know, I feel like I'm doing a lot, and I feel like you're doing even more than me, which is great. That's what we need, and that's one reason why I wanted to have this platform to help, you know, provide and share the stories of minorities in the commercial real estate industry that are from, you know, South, Southwest, North, Uptown, Northeast, Philadelphia, because you know the city of Philadelphia is a tale of two cities.
It is.
You have your hip neighborhoods, your Manayunks, your Northern Libs, your center cities, and then you have suburbs, and they're great places to be, and that's where a lot of young professionals live there. But then you have other neighborhoods, right? Your South, your North, the ones I just listed, and those are the under-resourced, underfunded areas. And you know, similar to the military, we just pulled out of Afghanistan. They're having a lot of problems over there. And I think that, and not to get political, but the view or the game plan from what they told us on TV was that, well, we'll leave, they'll figure it out.
Right.
You know, but I think there was a lack of understanding of the dynamics and the culture in those areas that are underrepresented, underfunded, and have these lurking boogeymen.
Agreed.
For, if I want to use a layman term, because I don't want to get political, but the boogeymen.
Right.
And it's the same thing in the neighborhoods in your inner cities where they have the gangs and you have the poor school systems, and you know, individuals come in and they want to stay for a little bit and then pull out, and they wonder why. Well, we just did all this, spent all this money, did all these things. Look, there are variables in these areas that lead to, you know, disaster, and you know, it's very difficult growing up in some of these areas. So the point I'm trying to make is this. I'm kind of rambling on. I want to take over your interview, but it's very important that people like yourself, people like myself that have these backgrounds, both in the military, I was in the Army, as well as in the commercial real estate industry, we share these powerful and passionate stories with others, so that the ones that are in those neighborhoods or in these circumstances can rise above, or at least get some type of you know, influence, exposure, connect with us to help get access to us, right? And then hopefully that leads to some type of opportunities.
I so agree, and it's interesting because with the movement that we have right now with diversity, with inclusion, and with equity, you will see that many people have the lip service, but it really takes the culture within these communities and with companies to be the change that we need in our community. That's one of the reasons why I love reaching out to diverse vendors and seeing if they have opportunities to work in these type of spaces, to be able to help and train them to be able to do that. One of the partnerships I have is with Temple University Small Business Development Center. And what I do is I'm a presenter for them, and I speak to them about leadership in a virtual environment, in a workforce environment. I explain to them what their internal team looks like and what their external team looks like, so they can be successful. You know, I did one presentation with them. I said, hey, does any of the entrepreneurs on this call know what an org chart is? He was like, org chart? What is that organization? I said, they're like, I'm a one-person show, you know? Like, what are you talking about? I do all this by myself. I said, are you sure about that? Because last time I checked, you have a lawyer, you have an accountant, you have a vendor that's your number one vendor, that's your supplier, that's an external member that you need to go ahead and for you to be successful.
Okay.
Are you tracking that relationship? Are you building that relationship? Are you building your team for you to be successful? So I partner with them and do presentations, and then I will also do some mentorship with some of their students as well. I have an amazing, I have 5 mentees right now.
Awesome, man.
And I truly believe mentorship is extremely important. If it wasn't for the mentors in my life, I wouldn't be where I am at today. I like to say that no man is an island. Be a peninsula, be Florida, or be Italy. Be Italy. And,
no disrespect to Florida. We love Florida. We love Florida.
Be like Italy, and have those resources. So to be able to give back to those, I just had one of my mentees, a Temple student and an Army officer, who just competed in the Miss New Jersey USA pageant and got 19th place.
Awesome.
To be able to support her. I have another Temple student that just changed his major and going into his senior year. And I have 2 that are in the tech field right now that are doing amazing things. So, and I say that because not to brag for myself, but to brag on them.
Awesome.
Because they are just doing amazing things, and all I can be is a resource to support them. So,
outstanding.
Yeah, it's important that we are in the community, supporting them, showing them representation. But this is what I love too. I said, look, the same way that I'm giving back, I need you to do the same thing. The same way I'm presenting at your high school, your middle school, whatever, when you accomplish everything that you're looking to accomplish and you've reached that status, come back and tell another kid that looks just like you that they can do it too, but even more so, they can do it better.
Right, awesome. Well, look, Jimmy, it was amazing having you here today.
I
can go on and on and on. When I interview you, I feel like I'm interviewing myself.
I love that.
I love the fact that I got a chance to pair up with somebody just as passionate, not only for inclusion initiatives, but also military vets, because I don't think, and you already know, preacher to the choir, when I talk to you, not enough is done for the vets, especially the ones that served in Iraq and Afghanistan. And I made a comparison between the two.
Right.
And the point of the comparison is that it's a lifelong commitment.
Yes.
You just can't come in, do a couple things, and pull out. And I think the same, again, making that comparison, I think the same mindset is applied to D&I initiatives.
Yes.
Where it's, okay, we're gonna go into these, schools, recruit a couple kids, and then we're done. No, it's a lifelong commitment. But at the same time, I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody.
Right.
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not playing victim. This platform is to show that there's individuals like you and I who need to lead that charge, and everybody else needs to follow. So, Jimmy, thank you so much for joining me, man. I'm gonna shake your hand one more time, brother. I appreciate it.
This has been amazing. I love your platform.
Yes.
And I love what you're doing, so please keep doing it, and awesome. Be encouraged, man. This is amazing. Awesome.